afternoon, it's Ipswich Football Club that are the toast of the town. A civic reception, a tribute to their achievement of winning the UEFA Cup, their first major European honour. And any doubts that this was going to be a low-key welcome home quickly dispelled when the first fans started arriving in front of the Corn Exchange at 8:30 this morning. And now that famous blue and white army out in force, an estimated 5,000 waiting for the arrival of the team and their first glimpse of the magnificent UEFA Cup. Well, in the next half hour, we'll be bringing you all the colour and atmosphere of this great carnival occasion for the town of Ipswich. A little bit of rain can't dampen the enthusiasm here, and what's really going to increase the party atmosphere is the expected announcement a bit later by Bobby Robson that he'll be staying on as manager of Ipswich Town, and so rejecting all the big money offers from clubs like Manchester United and Sunderland. We'll be talking to Robson a bit later. We'll also be talking to players like Franz Tyson and John Walk about their futures at the club. But before we discuss the future, let's talk about the past and the reasons for this great celebration this afternoon. Quite simply, it's been the best season ever for Ipswich Town Football Club. As late as last April, they were going for a unique Cup, League and European treble, and it was only on the very last Saturday of the season that their League Championship hopes finally disappeared. But it was in Europe that they really produced the kind of football that gave them the tag of the most attractive and exciting team in Britain at the moment. And that European trail started at Portman Road, Ipswich, back in September.
The first round against Salonico, and the first hero, John Walk. That penalty was the first of a record goal-scoring run by the Scotsman. 3 would have followed in the very same game. The extraordinary achievement of a hat-trick of penalties helped Ipswich to a 5-1 win, and they were to get through this first round 6-4 on aggregate. Walk added 2 more in the second round against Bohemians of Prague, before being substituted by Kevin Beattie. Beattie, the hero of Portman Road, racked by injury for so long, raised the roof with his very first touch of the ball. Ipswich got through that one 3-2. Then the Polish side, Witzew Łódź, found Walk again in devastating form.
In goes Tyson. Walk! Walk's done it again. Call here with Mariner on the far post for the deep cross. There's Walk up there, Mariner here. Walk! Well picked up by Walk. And a lot of players in support. Callahan there. Gates just inside him. Oh, Callahan really eases his way past. And here's Mariner. Oh, gracious me. That's good by Walk.
A Walk hat-trick in a 5-0 win, and Ipswich were guaranteed a place in the quarter-finals. And it was there they produced one of the finest performances by a British team in Europe. Venue Saint Etienne in France, the goal scorer here, Paul Mariner, and Ipswich recovering from the shock of going an early goal down. They're about to humble one of the great sides of Europe. That brilliant goal by Muren made it 2-1. Then it's Mariner with the third. And that man Walk makes it 4 goals away from home. A brilliant tie-winning achievement. The players also realised what they'd accomplished. A place in the semi-finals was theirs for the taking, but this was to be the high point of the season. Within a month, their hopes of the spectacular Cup and League treble were beginning to fade. The burden of fixtures was clearly to blame, and when Ipswich travelled to Leeds for a midweek league match at the end of March, the Saint Etienne sparkle was missing. The goal here by Carl Harris sets up a 3-0 defeat, and title hopes were on the slide. European hopes were in doubt also. Cologne were the semi-final opponents, and Ipswich could muster just 1 goal at home.
Back for Russell Osman, marking again so tight in that penalty area. Gates off his knee, a rare lapse of control, but he does well to get it wide for Mills. And there's Walk! The man with a magic touch is there again.
Another goal for Walk, but a slim lead to take to the second leg. Within a week, there was more disappointment. The players troop off Villa Park after defeat in the FA Cup. Morale needed a quick lift before the UEFA semi-final, and Cologne proved just the place to cheer yourself up. Ipswich quickly forgot they were a team that had just lost the treble, and the next day in the Mungersdorfer Stadium, they proved with Terry Butcher's goal they were now one of the great sides of Europe.
I can't believe it, you know. It's the first time the club have got to the UEFA Cup final, first time we've been in the final, so, you know, it's glorious. It's glory all the way now.
There was certainly something glorious about the final. Outmar the opponents, Ipswich needing a convincing lead from this match at Portman Road.
That's a hard one for Muren. And forward goes Walk. Hooked away, Mariner. Walk. It's handball, it's a penalty. John Walk has scored 11 from 11 attempts this season. And that's 12. Up for Brazil. Who's supporting him? Here comes Tyson on the right-hand side. Great shot. Tyson again. He scored. Franz Tyson, number 2 for Ipswich. Brazil. Turning well inside Van der Meer. Mariner. Well beaten. Number 3.
The perfect cup final performance from Ipswich. A 3-0 lead and the UEFA Cup was almost won. In the dressing room afterwards, congratulations by Bobby Robson for an outstanding performance from Franz Tyson. The second leg in Amsterdam, and away goals make certain. The first, once again, from Dutchman Franz Tyson. Another, inevitably from John Walk, his 14th, equalling Altafini's European scoring record. Defeat on the night, but a win on aggregate. And Ipswich Town lift the UEFA Cup.
So the UEFA Cup, the magnificent trophy that we saw collected by Mick Mills in Amsterdam, now comes within sight of this marvellous crowd at the Cornhill for the first time. And Ipswich Town have come home with a European trophy.